Hello everyone, I'm Jack Fisher and welcome to my world. And ever since I was a kid, I've gazed up at the stars and wondered about other worlds throughout the cosmos. And naturally, I've also wondered if those worlds house intelligent beings like us, beings that we could one day connect with and learn from. Plenty of movies, TV shows, books, and video games craft elaborate stories about such possibilities. Some are more plausible than others, but even the most implausible stories further fuels that sense of wonder. The mere idea of making contact with advanced alien civilizations is exciting, intriguing, and so much more. It gets to the heart of a question that humanity has been asking since we first looked up at the heavens and wondered whether we're alone in the universe. But as intriguing as those ideas can be, there's a little problem that acts as the ultimate counterbalance / buzzkill. It's called the Fermi Paradox. In essence, it's the cold, hard observation that, despite the immense size of the universe and the relative abundance of planets, we've never made contact with a single alien civilization. And from a pure numbers standpoint, it is a true paradox. The unimaginably large number of stars and planets that we've observed create plenty of opportunities for alien life to arise. And even if only a fraction of those opportunities lead to intelligent life, that's still a lot. And yet, the Fermi Paradox rightly asks that, given all these numbers, where are all the intelligent aliens? It's a question that has many possible answers, some more feasible than others. A few are even downright disturbing. Just look up the dark forest hypothesis. But I tend to err on the less dire explanations. I believe the reason we haven't made contact with advanced alien civilizations is similar to why remote, isolated tribes haven't responded to our friend requests. We're just not using the right tools. Like I said before, the size of the universe is so mind-bogglingly big. Navigating and communicating over such vast distances create immense challenges, to say the least. And that's just assuming our understanding of physics is complete, which is definitely not the case. The tools we have now are impressive, but they're limited. For decades now, our search for extraterrestrial intelligence primarily utilizes radio waves. And that's understandable. Radio waves are very useful for communicating here on Earth and out in space. May even be useful in communicating with aliens who are at or near our stage of technological development. However, I believe that, in terms of communicating across the universe, it's akin to using 19th century telegrams in the 21st century. If intelligent alien civilizations exist, and even if they're marginally more advanced than we are, I suspect they're communicating by a means much more advanced than radio waves. Now, I don't claim to know what that method would be. Our current understanding of physics states that faster-than-light communication is every bit as impossible as faster-than-light travel. But again, that assumes our understanding of physics is complete, and it's clearly not. But even if there isn't a way to communicate faster than light, I suspect there is a far better way to communicate across the cosmos. And that mechanism, whatever it entails, is what advanced alien civilizations are using at the moment. We're just not picking them up for the same reason someone with an old landline isn't picking up our text messages. And until we have access to such technology, I predict that our efforts to contact advanced alien civilizations will not succeed. If we're using radio waves and they're using something far better, then it doesn't matter how many radio telescopes we use. They're not going to hear us, and vice versa. Now, I might be wrong about that, but that's just my suspicion. I share that suspicion because it helps give context to another thought experiment that I'd like to pose. But unlike my previous thought experiments, this one brings a unique challenge. This time, I'm asking that we do the experiment from a non-human perspective. By that, I mean we'll have to look beyond our basic human perceptions and see things from an alien point of view in every sense of the word. I know that's difficult to do without slipping into a sense of cynicism and absurdity, but that's exactly why I feel it's worth doing, as well as how we approach the prospect of contacting alien life. So with that perspective in mind, here's the question I'd like us to contemplate. Why would an alien civilization not contact humanity? Again, it's tempting to draw cynical conclusions. I certainly don't deny that humanity has some very unappealing traits, some of which might give any intelligent alien pause. But we can't just assume an advanced alien civilization will understand or even care about that. For all we know, most advanced alien civilizations go through similar growing pains. Maybe some of the same traits that make humanity so tribal, chaotic, and violent are also what drives intelligent life to explore and innovate. We even have plenty of examples of this. Some of mankind's greatest technological advancements came through war. But even an alien civilization that didn't go through that might not factor that into their decision. Even if humans are very violent relative to other intelligent species, it would hardly matter to any alien civilization that could traverse the stars. After all, if they're that advanced, then our violent tendencies are no real threat to them. They would see us the same way we might see overly aggressive insects. It's an annoyance, but not much beyond that. Now that could still be dangerous for us. If we're too annoying to advanced aliens, they may be inclined to wipe us out. Even so, they'd still have to connect with us to make that determination. And absent those factors, why else would an alien civilization avoid contacting us? That doesn't imply they would go out of their way to hide. Even if their technology is at the same level as ours, that really wouldn't be necessary. Given the sheer size of space and the limits of our own technology, it wouldn't be that difficult to just avoid our part of the galaxy. Hell, their mothership could be the size of Japan. If they were flying beyond the orbit of Saturn, we would never know they were there. Space is just too big, and we just don't have the tools to monitor more than a small sliver at a time. The only assumption we can safely make is that our presence on Earth would be quite obvious. Between all the space junk orbiting our planet and the obvious techno-signatures that we've created over the past 2 centuries, even a slightly more advanced alien civilization would know that there's life on Earth. They might not know how intelligent we are, but they would know enough to detect our presence. But just knowing we're here is only part of the issue at hand. An advanced alien civilization that's capable of making conscious choices still has to decide whether we're worth contacting. So, what might factor into that choice? Again, there are many possibilities, but they come back to a basic list of questions. What do they want? What motivates them? What do they deem valuable? What are their current limitations, challenges, and ongoing conflicts? How is their society structured? How do they make large-scale decisions? And how would we affect them or their society on any meaningful level? And how much would they want to know about us before making contact? The answer to many of these questions depends on what kind of advanced aliens we're dealing with here. If they're explorers by nature, then they may see Earth the same way we see untouched land in a remote area. Our planet might be their idea of a remote island or an exotic locale. But they could conceivably explore that without ever making contact with humans. And even if they wanted to visit and they knew we were here, why or why wouldn't they contact us? Along those same lines, if an advanced alien civilization is the kind of explorer who just enjoys passing through, they may see us the same way we see an anthill while we're driving down a highway. If they're not an overly curious species, they may just shrug off our presence entirely. Not out of disgust, but out of pure disinterest. Then again, maybe they're not explorers. Maybe most aliens are very solitary by nature. They're extremely advanced, but they've no desire to make contact with other intelligent life. Not unlike certain animals here on Earth. They know we're here, but they just prefer to keep to themselves. That doesn't mean they'd hide from us, they just wouldn't seek to contact us. And they wouldn't reply to any effort to contact them. And yes, there's also a chance that an alien civilization could be violent and warlike. But that still wouldn't make them immediately inclined to invade Earth, like an Independence Day. Because despite what movies and sci-fi novels may depict, it's doubtful they would need any resource from us. If they want water, there are entire planets covered in water. If they want precious metals, there's an entire planet made of diamonds. There's just too great an abundance of raw materials throughout the universe, and they're far easier to get than invading some tiny planet in our neck of the galaxy. In the grand scheme of things, Earth just has very little to offer beyond having intelligent life. For that same reason, I also think it's doubtful that advanced aliens would wage war on us, even if they think we're a bunch of bloodthirsty savages who don't deserve to survive. Because, from a purely logistical standpoint, wiping out humanity would just be a waste of resources and energy. And even if an alien race had plenty to spare in that regard, it's just too great an inconvenience. And an advanced alien civilization that doesn't take that into consideration is probably not very advanced to begin with. Now, I could be wrong about all of that, but the fact remains. If intelligent aliens exist and they know of our presence, they're not saying anything. Near as we can tell, they're not even making an effort. Why could that be? Why are we not worth talking to? Why are we not worth contacting? Maybe a better question would be, why are we worth avoiding? Could there be something about us that other alien civilizations just find distressing, unremarkable, or simply unworthy of contact? I don't claim to know the answer. I'm not even qualified to try. But I still think it's worth contemplating. If ever there comes a day when we do make contact with intelligent alien life, we should do so with a balanced perspective. It'll help both us and the aliens make the most of that contact. Thanks for watching, everyone, and thanks for joining me in my world. Stay tuned for more thought experiments, alien or otherwise. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, regardless of what world you're on. And until next time, take care and stay safe.